It all began on a quiet evening when Officer Daniels, a local cop with a notorious reputation for abusing his badge, spotted two men sitting in a black SUV near the docks. They were calm, disciplined, and carried themselves with an unmistakable confidence. But to Daniels, they looked like trouble, or more importantly, an opportunity. Without hesitation, he accused them of suspicious behavior, demanded identification, and when they calmly refused to tolerate his intimidation tactics, he arrested them on fabricated charges of resisting arrest. What Daniels didn't know was that the two men weren't ordinary citizens. They were highly decorated U.S. Navy SEALs, recently back from a classified mission. At the station, Daniels mocked them, boasting about his power in the city and threatening to ruin their lives. The SEALs, trained to endure far worse, stayed silent, their calmness only fueling his arrogance. He filed exaggerated reports, expecting the judge to take his word. As had often happened before, Daniels strutted into the courtroom days later, confident he had already won the case. The moment the SEALs entered, the atmosphere shifted. Their quiet, disciplined presence made even the judge sit up straighter. Still, Daniels smirked, ready to give his testimony. But then the courtroom doors opened again, and in walked a man in full military dress uniform, the kind that made heads turn. It was Admiral Hawkins, one of the most respected leaders in the Navy, and the direct commanding officer of the two SEALs. The entire room fell silent as he approached the bench. Daniel's smug expression collapsed instantly. His voice trembled as he tried to continue with his lies, but the Admiral's piercing gaze never left him. Hawkins addressed the court, presenting the spotless service records of the two men, their commendations, and the critical missions they had completed for the country. Then, with a sharp tone, he exposed Daniel's corruption, referencing multiple complaints already filed against him. The judge, now furious, demanded a recess to review the evidence Hawkins had brought. When court resumed, Daniel's downfall was swift. The fabricated charges were dismissed, the SEALs were cleared, and Daniels was placed under immediate investigation. As officers escorted him out in handcuffs, he looked back at the very men he had tried to humiliate. The SEALs didn't smirk or gloat, they simply stood tall, their discipline and integrity shining through. That day became a powerful reminder that abusing authority always has consequences, and that true strength lies not in intimidation, but in honor, respect, and service. For Daniels, it was the end of his unchecked reign. For the SEALs, it was just another mission, completed with quiet dignity.